What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Hope life is treating you well, my YouTube brethren and sisters, not to mention. And I just want to sit down and really just share some shit and express my mood and put a little bit of myself out there on the good old wide internet. And I got a few minutes to talk about whatever I want to, so I'm gonna express a little bit about a class that I taught on April 2nd of 2018. I taught it at the Heart and Soul Wellness Center on Oak Island, and it was titled The Unifying Polarizations of Now. And just to give you a preface to how the class was, just so you understand the the realism of what it is. I sat in a room with about 25 people with a whiteboard and some thoughts. And I got the center of attention for a little bit, and I was able to express myself. It was very well received, lots of questions, and I felt like I planted some good seeds and impressed some of the older fucking people that I was surrounded by with kind of the young but youthful wisdom, because, a lot of youthful people nowadays indulge in things that are potentially detrimental and just, they are what they are. And I'm very different than a lot of people, and I know that because of that difference that I get appreciated, and the polarization I get, harassed by it at the same time. So it is what it is. But I'm just really wishing you a happy, lovey, dovey. I'll give you a hug. Here. Squeeze, squeeze. I got you. Don't you worry. Blaze is here to ramble. Alright, so unifying the polarizations of now is discussing how, as a person, right, we're presented with opportunities to feel things in abundantly different ways. And through the acknowledgement of this and that, we get differences. And with the differences come polarizations, which is just a standard term that I'm using to refer to the radical feelings and perception that we get of our environment based upon what we are presented and what we've been taught through time. So I don't really like reading on camera, but I just going to do this just in case I ever lose this notebook too. So I'm going to read this. It might sound like gibberish bullshit, and I'll correct it if it does. But everything is dispensable except for the I. Whatever that is going on up there, like blah, blah. That's the seed of interaction. Yet we need this. We need an environment to have any substance of our life. We live in such an interesting time. There is an underlying chaos of potential that is made tangible and relatable through the orderly, egotistical, logical mind. This is existence. We all live within the now, right here. The illusion of separation and differences is what dictates the impending roller coaster of life. Through experiences, we are presented with opportunities to feel an array of different feelings. Ultimately, we can get better, we can get bitter, or we can get numb. Yet, we must progress, we must move on, we must live, we must grow, experience, whatever you want to interpret that as. Up, down, sideways, whatever. Life moves on, and time doesn't stop for your feelings. There are so many concepts that attempt to rationalize the ever-developing intricacies of life. From creationism, nihilism, simulation theory, literally endless perspectives on this. Yet, are any of those conclusive for life? What do we think we know? I know that I'm Blaze. I know that I'm reading this. I know that I am a consequence of a series of events that... Huh? You want to meet my buddy Garrett? I don't think they can hear you. You say something. Say words.
I just wanted to say that I'm Garrett, and it's nice to meet you guys.
This is my buddy Garrett, and I should just tell you how much I love him, because he's the man.
Yeah, buddy.
You're the man. But I would appreciate... I'll make a video with you, but I'd appreciate if you let me finish this. You're the man. I love you. And I have accepted many standards in order to articulate these thoughts, as a human. We are engulfed in an environment that is organized based on a hierarchy of influences, from potency, basically. So we acknowledge things of our environment based upon how we have been taught and sculpted and perceive them. And, some people see an ant as a tiny little speck of dust, and some people see the whole world in a single ant. And that's just the way that we have been organized based on culture and, locality of influence of how to perceive. And a lot of it's subjective, and that's what it's all about ultimately. But we will go where the water is. And I wrote that because I guess it's true. We're going to go where what satisfies us. In order for us to have integrity, we had to learn a language of expression. We had to see the differences and intertwine and synergize with our expressions of how to relate to each other and just build language and grow together, instead of just, if everybody spoke a different language, it just wouldn't work. If everybody thought yellow was green, and this person thought yellow was blue, this person thought yellow was black, blah blah blah, it'd just be chaos and unable to cooperate and organize and have any order to this thing that we call society. So you will never truly know what someone else is trying to say because of the lack of perspective, but you can try your damnedest to make an educated guess on what the other is trying to communicate. That is language. It's a technology. And technology and influence is an exponential growing force. We live in the future. Through our accessibility of environment and technology and knowledge and what we have, we can grow it and we can build it and we can use it to get more and grow more, and whatever we want to use that technology for with our intention. And it can be interpreted in a trillion different ways. Through the perception, all is created. We experience the polarities of life, but how we choose to maneuver through this. How will we choose to maneuver through this process? I'm sorry, I'm not reading my handwriting very well. If you look at it, it's kind of like shitty. We must take responsibility for what we are through mindfulness, awareness, compassion, meditation, or whatever subjective force that helps you orientate yourself to live your life in a way that you feel is necessary. So be honest with yourself and acknowledge the truth of what you are. And don't seek a point, but seek the process, because you're only human after all. So when I taught this class, I wrote on a fucking whiteboard, basically, this. And I'll just show you, just so you can see. I was fucking stupid. Why am I showing you? But we exist. Number one, it was like, what do we have in common? Okay, number one is we exist, we occupy space, we have presence. Number two is we are alive, we are animated, we are dynamic. Number three is we are exposed to right now, right here. Number four is, actually, let me take that back. Number three is just we are exposed to now. Number four is we are here. So prior to being here, you watching this video, you listening to me, you were somewhere else, and after this, you're going to be going somewhere else also. So, but right now, you're occupying the space of what you are right here. So number five is we are part of the all, or the source, or under God, or what, the umbrella of life, the big old tree, whatever, united collective consciousness, whatever you want to put the words into. The all. I am part of this, you are part of this is part of this, we are all part of the all. So whatever that fucking means. So number six is we have individual subjective perspectives. We are sculpted to be different just based upon the fundamentals of how we are exposed to things currently. At least that's how I would say it is. So number 7 is we are human. I mean, probably. I mean, there might be a fucking, there might be a robot listening to this or some shit. Maybe a chimpanzee one day will understand what I'm fucking saying, but we are all human. We have biology. We have humaneness. We have morality, ethics, whatever human means to you. Number 8, we are all curious creatures. We are seekers of information. We are constantly, we can sit back and be satisfied, but your entire existence is to protrude and to indulge in certain qualities of what is presented to you. And number 9 is we have faith. And this is a big one. It's something that I realized very, very intimately, is we have faith that our life is going to continue, that our heart is going to beat. We have faith that the water that we drink is going to nourish us and hydrate us. We have faith that the sun is going to rise tomorrow so that it can, feed the plants that feed us, that encourage, what we're doing. We have faith all over the place, and you put your faith in everything, and that's what we are. We're faithful to this. And we don't really have a choice at the same time, because I've never experienced anything other than this, as far as I know. So I might as well, really have faith in what I'm doing. And when I say when I have faith, it's not like a religious context as much as just like we depend upon things that are seemingly out of our control. So that's faith. So number 10 is we are loved. So what I mean by that, loved, is we are facilitated, we are enabled. There is some force, something, gravity, the sun. It all works cooperatively, the water cycle. The fact that we have made it this far is pure proof to me, irrefutable proof that we are loved, that something is enabling us to do what we do, whether it's good or bad. We are facilitated. And it might be through our own actions, but that is the next one. We are transformers of life. From food to love to just influence. You eat food, you shit food. You drink water, you piss. You love a seed, it can turn into a big plant. You love a child, and it can turn into a teacher. You teach a student, he can teach you one day, blah, blah, blah. We transform this. We develop this. It's so fucking insane how much power you have just being able to understand what is around you, and these fucking things, fingers, and just being able to have language and being able to draw and being able to just indulge in things is so fucking insanely beautiful and scary and just transformative of just, oh my God, I can't even express how just incredible it is to be able to be a human right now as Blaze. So the last one that I really want to talk about is we have potential. We all share potential, whatever that means to you. We all have the capacity and the ability to do more or less. We can grow, we can develop, or we can be destroyed. Either way, you can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and ultimately you're both all the time. You're your only real guiding force in this whole fucking thing. You're the only thing that's keeping it together for you. You have to fucking indulge and try and just develop yourself, because it's so crucial to being able to influence others. Because if you are underdeveloped and you're trying to tell somebody else how to act or what to eat or what to do, you are not cooperating within the fact that you are learning and trying your best to learn, but you're not wise beyond. We all live within different capacities of wisdom based upon experience, but we all just, it's just whatever. I think you understand what I mean. So how should I live? How should I navigate? What do I want to be like? How do I want others to describe me? How can I put myself into a position where I am not comfortable but meaningful and passionate and fucking just an eternal feeling that is just always in the moment if you seek it. I don't even know what I'm trying to describe at this point. But I appreciate anybody who listens this long and wants to listen to my class, because I basically just taught it really fast and more organized, because I stretched that out for an hour. And it was too long, and I could have just went in and out, and there was a lot of questions, and there was a lot of contradictions of myself because I was nervous, and I relayed way too much and didn't stay to the thinking and rational, connotations that I really have now. So if I can say anything, is realize that the experience that we have of this life is influenced by what's around us, yet we live under the potential to mentally, socially, physically change what we are. So, YouTube, on that note, I wish you love, I wish you luck, and I hope you come around for the next one, because I appreciate the opportunity to share the passion that is ever burning within myself. And I am preaching and praying and doing something, and I don't even know. So